You get up and howl about America and democracy. There is no America. There is no democracy. We no longer live in a world of nations and ideologies. The world is a college of corporations, inexorably determined by the immutable bylaws of business. The world is a business.
Greetings, 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 greetings. Assalamu alaikum, alafia, peace to my gods and earths. Uhuru, free the land, sak pase, que pasa, chihatamo, what's up? What's up, family? Welcome to another episode of Grunt TV. I'm your host, Malik Shabazz. Don't forget to share, and mash that like button. Alright, now that I got that out of the way. It's been a minute, a couple of days since I've been online. Just trying to gather some information and the news and everything. So I wanted to come on now really quick, briefly, and expose a few little things. Now, you just heard that little intro about the world is a business. And that's exactly it. Okay, we don't live in no democracy. This is a business. America is a corporation. Okay, and now one of the things that I wanted to deal with was what I call the fear factor. Okay, the fear factor. One of the greatest tools that the empire has in its hands is the fear factor. What is the fear factor? You're probably asking. Well, the fear factor fear is one of the most powerful emotions, human emotions, and when human beings are scared, they usually turn to someone or something for safety. So, and that's how people get tricked into being fearful. And we see it every day on the streets. I see it every day here on the streets of Florida, Miami, and I talk to all my people in New York and in Boston and LA and stuff like that, and they tell me they see the same thing. You know, people in their cars by themselves with the windows up and a mask on. You know, I just came up the elevator in my apartment complex, and I seen this lady, man. She had freaking gloves on. She had a mask on. She was just like wrapped up like saran wrap, you know. And that's what the fear factor does, you know. And for those who are not really familiar with a short memory or no memory at all, we turn back to the 1950s during the McCarthy era with Senator Joseph McCarthy with the Red Scare, scaring everybody. Oh, the communists are coming, they're taking over, they're getting inside our government, and they're going to take over this and that. And, you know, now, here in 2021, we know that, you know, it was all bullshit, right? But that's the thing about being afraid. And I want to point to you how this whole fear factor works, and I'm going to show you how it actually works. So again, I apologize for me moving the camera and everything, but again, I haven't been able to figure out how to do this. So now I'm going to show you real quick. Hold on. And I'm going to show you. Here we go.
Nated 7-year-old. And so you know who sponsors the news, right?
By Pfizer. CBS Health Watch sponsored by Pfizer. Anderson Cooper 360. Brought to you by Pfizer. ABC News Nightline. Brought to you by Pfizer. Making a difference. Brought to you by Pfizer. CNN Tonight. Brought to you by Pfizer. Early Start. Brought to you by Pfizer. Friday night on Aaron Burnett Out Front. Brought to you by Pfizer. This Week with George Stephanopoulos is brought to you by Pfizer.
This Weather Report brought to you by Pfizer.
Today's countdown to the royal wedding is brought to you by Pfizer.
And now a CBS Sports Update brought to you by Pfizer.
Meet the Press Data Download brought to you by Pfizer. This portion of CBS This Morning sponsored by Pfizer.
On how to find the hidden sugars in the American family diet. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Okay.
So there you have it. Sponsored by Pfizer. Okay. Now here we are in a so-called pandemic, and Pfizer is advertising on damn near every channel, you know. So if you watch these regular MSNBC, Fox News, CBS, NBC, and all the rest of the CNN, and all the rest of the clowns and lying ass motherfuckers, you'll see that Pfizer is basically sponsoring their advertising. So, so again, people, if you want to do what again, I'm not a physician, I'm not a doctor, I don't know the degree, all I know is that this is nothing new, and if you actually go to the Patriot Act, you'll see there's a section in the Patriot Act where it talks about the government mandating vaccinations on the population. So this is what I mean, they're out to make a profit, but it's a little bit more than just making a profit, who knows what this thing is doing to people. Even Jimmy Dore, what we just saw, he said he took the shots and he got injured, he said he's been getting headaches and all this stuff and achiness and all that stuff, so many other people are getting these side effects, but they're not publishing that on the mainstream propaganda machine. So you got to check for yourself, you got to do for yourself, because again, they just try to get people to basically scare them to death so they can get this shot. Now as all this information has been coming out little by little, we come to find out that the people who got vaccinated can still catch the virus, coronavirus, and they can still spread it. So ask yourself, then what's the sense of taking it? Then you got people like Joe Rogan who took it. He took ivermectin, and then CNN came out and said, "Oh, that's that's a drug for animals, and this and that for dewormer." This is so because they just want you to buy into the fear of getting that shot, and you don't even know. Again, like I said, there's been some reports where women have been their menstrual cycle has been disrupted. We had one time when Nicki Minaj put out a tweet about her cousin in Trinidad, who his nuts, got swollen. So again, but they don't want to, and then they want to come on TV and say you're anti-vaxxer, this and that, all these scare tactics. So again, look, America's a corporation. They're trying to make money off this stuff. They're trying to kill people. If you look at Memorandum 200, written by Henry Kissinger in 1973, I believe it was, but I don't remember the exact 73 or 74. But just look up, Google Membo 300, Memorandum 200 by Henry Kissinger, and it tells you right there, And in that memo it says that they state in that memo that the number one threat to the security of the United States is the overpopulation of the third world. Now we have a virus. But it gets deeper than that too, because like I said, it's all about, it's money, it's power, it's depopulation, because in reality, whether you want to believe this or not, and it doesn't even matter, this world is being run by gangsters, it's a gangster operation, it's a criminal enterprise, but again, like I said, most people, they don't do the research, they just react emotionally, and and they respond. And it's sad. So we try to put out as much information to our people to let them know that, listen, ain't no need to be scared, just do your thing, keep working, do your thing, go out, organize, and do whatever you gotta do, but stop, be worried about a virus, So again, the fear factor is the big thing that they want us to have. They want us to be fearful, and we can't let them do that. So we just gotta keep doing our thing, keep doing our research. Don't believe CNN, all the rest of these liars, because that's all they're doing. They're just lying. So, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's connected globally. I'm not going to get into the whole geopolitics of it, I'm just trying to deal with the people here on the ground, down in Miami, and in Fort Lauderdale, even a little bit over in West Palm, like I said, the Tri-County area, to tell our people, let us organize, let us figure out a way how to do things together in unity, umoja, and you know, and let the other people do what they do, you know, because they just try to, like I said, control, you know. So we live in an open air prison where you can't see the bars, you can't smell it, you don't even think that you're a slave. You know, in fact, the best thing I could say to describe today is what Harriet Tubman said. She said, I freed 1,000 slaves, and I would have freed 1,000 more if they only knew they were slaves. That is so freaking profound, you know, and it's the same thing today, you know. People they don't really know they're slaves, you know what I'm saying? Especially people who are really not doing too bad, you know what I'm saying? Who still got their jobs like that, you know. It's hard to convince a person that's doing good that something's wrong, you know. But for the vast majority of our people, we're suffering. We're suffering every day, and the only way we're going to get out of this if we unite and fight together and organize, you know. Mass movements, general strikes. We got to do whatever we can do to, you know, push back on this system, because again, they want us to be scared. They want us to listen to what they say, all their lies. But little by little, people are becoming more and more aware that, you know, what they say is the reality of what they say on the news is not the reality, you know. So we got to keep that in mind. We got to stay sharp, keep organizing. I'm going to come back in another day or two with a little bit more detailed information about things what we can do. Again, you know, I always end my podcast with solutions. You know, you got to read, you got to research, you got to do study groups, reading groups, and you know, especially with the children, and you know, and just try to, you know, do the best you can to try to make them see the reality of today. And it's not too hard. It's not too hard, but you know, given the way the mind works, it can be a little difficult at times, but it's not impossible. So again, let us just keep organizing. Just keep in mind, America's a business, and the people, Pfizer and Moderna and these pharmaceutical companies, they don't give a shit about you. Okay? They just try to make some money, and they try to kill as many people as many black and brown people as they can, and a few white folks too. You know, because they getting killed too. But we the #1 targets. Okay, because we live under racism, white supremacy, and so my people, stay sharp. You know, again, and keep organizing, keep studying, keep fighting. Keep your family safe, and let's just move forward, because the time is near and the time has come. So I'm signing off. This was a quick little, you know, talk that I wanted to give everybody, keep everybody abreast, and let's just move forward, man. So Black Power.